over the years, these things were ending up in dubious places around the community, like dumped in the river, dumped off a county or a township road. It's a routine at the end of the parade to pull all these floats into the Wolf Street parking lot to help people dismantle them. So they spent 2-3 weeks putting them together, doing all this community building and all this community spirit, and then it becomes mostly utilized solid waste at the end in about 15 minutes. We've been providing this service to the float makers, a route to getting rid of these materials for free. The majority of these materials get recovered as recyclables or reusables.
We decided to use reused materials because it's an interesting challenge as an artist to look at materials that thought of as trash and turn it into something else. We worked with Ohio University's Recycling Center, and Ed Newman, the recycling god, captured the bottles from the first football game. We're going to use these bottles in a fun way, making wearable art and rattles and noisemakers, and then work with the dance department and the theater department to come up with some choreography. Part of this float and part of OU's desire is to have more outreach into the community however we can, and so we had a workshop at Passion Works and involving the painted bottles that we made at that workshop back into the artwork.
Every time we send a ton of material off of campus, it's a cost for us. So from an economic standpoint, you know, we're reducing costs. In the larger sense, just putting less of a demand on what's left out there in the environment to supply us with our needs, you know, it can only be helpful.
And it could be set a great example for other universities to think about recycling materials for their parades.